Hey everybody, welcome back. We are, you may have wondered, what is this cryptic named video? We are doing something new. This is not a challenge, this is not a tribal. It is the Friday Summit at Survival Challenge. I'm going to stay back a little bit just to make sure nobody hears me, but I'm probably going to be pretty quiet during this. And if I have anything to say, I'll let you know. And if you can't hear anything, let me know, because I'll be a little bit hilarious.
It looks nice.
Yeah.
I thought maybe we're going right to tribal. I was like, are we voting for someone else?
I'm thrilled if this is a tribe. I hate it if we're voting right now.
I agree.
Literally. If we're voting right now, we may need a few minutes.
Yeah.
No, I'm set. I'm good. I'm good.
She's got more of a plan than I do.
Yeah, that's for sure.
How did you end up here? What was your process for deciding?
I like taking the bull by the horns and finding myself in new spaces with a lot of mystery and potential for different possibilities.
So you volunteered?
And, well, initially when I read the letter, my first thought process was, I think I might be the biggest risk taker on our tribe. And I think if I'm thrown into a brand new tribe or a different area of a social game, I think I have a better chance of forging connections quickly. And I have more confidence in myself than the rest of my tribe instead. So they did not argue with any of that, so here I am.
How about you, Nicole?
Oh, well, it's not an answer. Well, we had just voted out Ryan, and so it was me and my friend Kaylee. Kaylee back at camp, not even at camp, across the cornfield. And we got the letter, and we rock, paper, scissors. Best 2 out of 3.
Okay.
And winner left. Yeah.
Paul?
I'm a gambler. We deal with a lot of incomplete information. Sometimes taking the risk doesn't pay off, but sometimes it does.
How
So
they each ended up here?
We rock, paper, scissors, just 2 of us. Yeah, so we just said we'll both go, so whoever wins goes, and I won.
And then last tribal, I caught a vote, and I was like, all right, show me an apple, I'm gonna take a bite. So let's get moving. So, man,
Love that.
Thanks.
Good line from Dan.
Well, you all are here for somewhat different reasons maybe, but you all are going to have the opportunity to influence what is about to happen in the game.
Okay.
Guys, you have opportunity to
One at a time,
influence.
you're going to walk down and walk up to the voting booth there. There'll be a note there that explains what is available to you in the way of options.
okay.
Sure.
You are not going to say anything. You're going to make your choice. You're going to write it down on the parchment as it asks you to do. And after that, we're going to pull you off to the side as a group, and we're going to continue on in the spirit of what's in the note. I'm just going to say there's no more talking after we leave this area. Okay? So you're all going to be doing exactly the same thing. It doesn't matter what order you go in, so we're all going to end up in the same space. Luke, you can start.
Alright,
Take a shot,
Dan.
please.
So what's happening now is, I'll flip it around. They aren't going to be talking for a little while. So basically what's happening, I'm going to scoot back here too, is that each of our friends has just been presented with an option to shake up the game in some way. They don't know what that means. The only thing they know is that they are headed to the voting confessional booth, and in that voting confessional booth they're going to be presented with an option. They don't know what that option is, but I do, so I'm going to tell you because it's going to come up in a second. They're going to get an option to either choose to keep a member of their current tribe with them when we head into the swap in about 15 minutes, or they're going to get the option to play for an advantage in the game. They're going to get to do one of those two things. So they have to choose which one of these things am I going to value going to the swap, a new potential advantage that I may or may not get if I don't do well in the challenge, or the loyalty of someone from my current tribe. Those are their two options. So they all have to silently go into the voting confessional right now and make that choice for themselves. They will not know what anyone else chose. When it comes to the point where they actually have to compete in that puzzle, it's going to end up being a puzzle for the potential advantage. Every single one of them, regardless of what they chose, is going to complete the puzzle. So that way they have no idea which one the other people in the group chose. They don't know, because to everybody else, it's going to look like the swap is chosen randomly.
Are you surprised by anyone that's here?
Honestly, no.
No?
I will say, Dan, I think it makes sense that he wanted to be here because I think very clearly you could see it last tribal. Leah and Elisa are like clinging to each other. They're so emotional about this vote. And Dan was emotional too, but not in the same way that the girls were. So I think that he feels like the third in that group and feels like he needs to compensate by maybe stepping into this role and kind of, you know, taking the bull by the horns, like he said, and taking a bite out of an apple that's presented. Paul, I think, has played a leader role in his tribe the whole day. I think his tribe is kind of pushing him into that narrative, especially because, again, it's these 4 boys strong. Maybe they're trying to, you know, push Paul out as like the, he's the clear leader of this group. KP, I guess KP and Declan did rock, paper, scissors.
Probably.
Is what they said, and then Nicole and Kaylee did as well. So I think either of them, I mean, it makes sense that both of them would want to go, especially considering they only have 2 left from their tribes.
This is very interesting, like, you know, how this is formatted and what the decisions will be. So I'm interested because these type of things don't come up often. So usually you want to be, do you want to be the person that goes knowing that people are going to now think you have something, or you have to do something, or do you not go and give up that opportunity to not have a target on you?
It is interesting, right? Because now everyone's assuming, like you just said, that they're doing something huge to influence the game, and they will say, I believe when they get back to the swap, John will say something along the lines of they had the opportunity to influence the game in some way. And so now everybody else is like, what does influence the game mean to me? Because that's incredibly and intentionally really vague. So I think it could potentially paint a larger target on their backs, or maybe make their allies feel more confident that their ally might have something. So I'm really interested to see what each of them choose. I personally, I'm curious what you think too. I personally, if I was on a tribe of 2, I would choose to go for the individual advantage rather than staying with a member of my tribe. Because if you're on a tribe of 2, you guys are tight. You're locked in. You have spent all day together, voted out 3 of your closest friends together. Being together, being on a tribe with someone you are that close with, instantly makes you a target if the other people in the group are not with their closest ally. Like, I'm not trying to have a target on my back. Like
I agree, because you already probably have a relationship with this person, so you're like, okay, I can separate from you, build new areas of opportunity, and have an advantage in my pocket. So,
and potentially come back to you later in the game.
Correct. So this is an opportunity for you to become that rogue like agent. We've seen this happen time and time again, where people need that one extra vote and they're trying to make a move, and you can be that. But if you're tied, you have to separate yourself from that person,
and you're probably going to be spending most of your time on that new tribe saying like, oh, hey, either trying to convince a swing vote in the middle to vote with you and your alliance member, but I think it puts both of you in way more danger to be with your partner.
And who knows, maybe you go solo here, and then maybe in the weird Survivor God favors, someone lands with you, and then you got an advantage in a person.
Exactly.
So
I will say, I don't remember how many tribes we're swapping to. I'm going to be very honest. But depending on, right, like some of the tribes, like Sprints and Tawa, has 4 people left on their tribe. So if they have 4 people left, I can't imagine we're swapping into more than 4 tribes right now.
Someone mentioned this earlier last time, and you weren't here when Isaiah and I Phil realized it. They've not actually had to vote someone out yet.
They have not,
so
no.
That there might be definitely eyeballs.
Some cracks there, yeah. Yeah, absolutely. So I think that I'm really interested, and they might end up with someone else.
They are taking time too. Like
they're thinking about it.
I think we've only had. Is he still up there? Like, I haven't seen him come back.
I think Nicole is up there right now.
Maybe.
Do you see Nicole?
I don't see Nicole. I also don't see.
Are they swapping? Like,
maybe.
I don't know. All I'm saying is, I think Luke is still up there. Is the moral of the story, and we've been talking for a good 5 minutes now.
Which means that this is a big decision that they have to make, and it could be a make or break moment for your game.
Because additionally, not only are they going to have to say if they choose to stay with a member of their tribe, they have to pick which member of their tribe they want to stay with. If there's more than one choice, for KP and for Nicole, you only have one option. You got one tribe member left. But for Luke, who may have forged really close relationships with multiple members of his tribe, he now has to choose which person he wants to stay with. Great question, Mary. What's going on right now? So if you're just tuning in, if you got to the stream a little bit late, basically we have one member of each tribe. I'll flip the all of the tribes were told, hey, pick a member of your tribe and send them with John. Oh, sorry, the reason they didn't come back, I'm silly goody. The reason they didn't come back is because they leave and they go to the next portion of this event after they vote. That way they can't even come back and give any influence to people. Anyways, each tribe was told, hey, take a member of your tribe, send them over this way. You don't know why. And so our like risk takers, maybe our leaders, our daredevils from each of the tribes, those who won a game of rock, paper, scissors, all came here and were presented with a choice. They are all going up to the tribal council voting area and they are deciding how they want to shape up the game. They either have the option to compete for an advantage going into the swap, or they can choose one member of their tribe going into the swap. So they can choose to stay with someone that they've been with on their original tribe. So right now, the 5 people that are making that choice are KP, Nicole, Dan, Paul, and Luke M. Yeah.
And
thanks, Andy.
And Luke even said he's like he wants to take things by the horns, and so and Paul said he's a risk taker. So these are all people who are, I think, been chomping at the bit for an opportunity like this.
Yeah. Honestly, I think all 5 are going to go for the advantage.
I at this point in the game, we've actually whittled them down to tribes of 2. They know John's not messing around this season. You don't know what to expect, so
yeah,
I would go for the advantage if I had an opportunity.
Yeah, I think definitely with how high stakes all of these tribals have been so far, I think that they're going to say, you know what, I need to take this opportunity. It looks like Dan is about to head over, so we're going to go watch Dan. Oh, just kidding. Ha 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 ha. I can't see. KP is relatively small and John is sitting right in front of her. But yeah, once Dan heads over, we'll kind of follow Dan along that process. I will say
he might get choppy.
We have to walk through the dreaded survival challenge dead zone over by the torches, so if we drop for a second we should come back because I'm just going to walk through it and come out of it, so hopefully it'll stay.
So that it should. It should.
Yeah.
It should. This is the real challenge.
Yeah, but we'll see. Let's go see if Dan looks nervy.
Yeah.
Oh, there goes KP. Just the casual sitting in silence that we do here. Hey Dan. Yeah, Stokes, that is correct. All in the denial, they will all complete the challenge at the same time if they wanted to win it.
Were they keeping a scroll? Is they leading something up? I don't know.
Oh. Oh. They were not giving.
I don't know. What is he reading? I don't know. I love surprises.
I love to be surprised.
Love to be surprised. That's my guys.
Oh, I think he's just looking for Edward. Is he hiding?
Maybe his school says there's something good in the tribal.
Oh.
I don't know. So I wonder if he got this somewhere else. I don't know, but he's looking.
I mean, yeah, if you're alone, it's the perfect time.
Yeah.
Nobody else is here.
He's a great time. He's looking.
I'm so nervy. What do we do?
I don't know.
Maybe he's just curious.
What's he doing?
Oh, he
What's happening?
we don't know. We don't know. He's just looking around.
Go ahead, Dan.
Okay, bye Dan. We're gonna follow him actually. Hopefully we won't drop. If we do drop, I'm sorry. Dan's celebrity moment. Oh gosh.
Tribe swap is about to happen. If your tribe has at least 2 members, you can choose to keep 1 member with you post-swap. If you choose this option, compete for an individual advantage. Nobody will know if you choose this option or if you are successful in earning the advantage. In the blank space, In the blank below, write either the name of the person from your tribe that you want to be part of your.
We're gonna get walking so we can beat him because I have to walk a lot. And then we'll talk about it in a little bit. Boop, boop, boop. We're losing Dan behind us. Alrighty, sorry if you couldn't hear us back there. Oh, and sorry if you can't hear me now, it's quite windy. So we did just watch shows because we didn't watch them, but right now we are headed to the challenge field because right now all 5 of our friends who were just at the summit are going to compete in this game, or if they chose to get an advantage or potential to earn an advantage, because only one person is going to walk out with an advantage here. Everyone's going to compete. There are 5 tables up here, no matter what. Everyone's going to compete in the puzzle regardless. So Andy, thank you so much. I'm very happy that we managed to stream through there. That was very scary for me. I'm glad we didn't drop. So
We have no signal.
that was, yeah, there was some divine intervention there, honestly.
That was good.
The valley of no signal.
Yeah, so the only person that we know now, because we followed him in, was Dan. We know that he is choosing to play for the advantage here. We don't know what the advantage is, and we won't know if Dan earns it. We don't know who's going to earn it. One of the 5 of them will. If Dan was the only person to choose advantage, Dan will get the advantage, so good for Dan. My guess is probably...
In that group, I think everyone's going for an advantage. I truly think everyone.
Yeah, I do think there are some players in the game, though, that would have chosen to potentially stay with an ally. So, I don't know. And I think we did talk about it, too. Like the pros and cons of potentially staying with an ally or, getting that advantage, because all it takes is one person from this 5 to say, yeah, I bet you so-and-so has the advantage. It looked like they finished the puzzle first. Or if they leak what happens here, they can create so much paranoia with the rest of the people at camp. So I think it's gonna be really interesting how all this plays out and how the information from this summit gets disseminated, because everyone knows the member of their own tribe who went, whether or not they knew what they were doing in this instance. So it's gonna be really interesting to see what happens. But yeah, we're gonna hang out here for a little bit. They should be heading over to compete in the advantage challenge. Again, all 5 of them are gonna compete, even if they chose to stick with a member of their tribe. So, and we won't know who's who, and neither will you by default. So sorry about that.
Sorry, kind of sorry.
Not really.
Nah, not really sorry. You don't need to know everything. Sometimes the suspense is fun.
If we don't know everything, you don't need to.
Yeah.
We're not sorry about what we said. We're just gonna have some fun. 6.
Okay. Okay, actually I'm gonna flip this around so Taylor can give us some dance moves with that performance.
Sorry, not sorry.
There it is. There it is. Me moving around the camera probably isn't helping too, but there it is. There it is. Alrighty. We're having a good time. Yeah, sound off in the what questions do we have? Who are we rooting for? Your loved one been eliminated, but you're still watching anyways out of sheer spite for the rest of the people. Let us know.
What do you think's happening next?
Yeah, what do you think the people back at camp are up to? Because I certainly don't know.
Do you think
I actually don't know where they are either.
I think they're in the holding area.
Do you think we're
Oh,
swapping?
thank you.
Do you think we're keeping them? What's going on?
I don't know. They've been through a lot
Yeah,
today.
I wonder what the do is like how it will look to the 3 if they end up with their tribe. That's so interesting. That is a great point, Melissa. Like, let's say odds are just in the heavens in their favor, right? And they end up with their ally anyways. And the other 3 are like, hey, isn't it interesting that they ended up with the one other person from their tribe? They might think they didn't go for the advantage. And honestly, maybe you sell it that way. Like, no, I didn't go for the advantage, but blah, blah, blah,
I was
blah.
gonna say, if I were Nicole or KP and I just happened to get my ally on my tribe,
tribe at 100% would sell that I did not go for the advantage.
And that could be completely bury the fact that they have the advantage if one of them happens to get it.
And I think it would also build more of like a loyalty trust thing even more
with their ally.
There's so much strategy behind it, and you really have to figure out what is the best way to sell this piece of information, because that is what will make or break your game sometimes. You do the wrong decision or you say the wrong thing.
So you can't, and you have to hold on to that for the entirety of the game. Like if you slip up in one conversation and you have to correct yourself and like backtrack, that can really mess up your game.
The lies pile up really quick.
They sure do, especially in this
like what
fast
you pinned.
Oh yeah, I pinned. I'm also rooting for everyone to have a nice time and stay hydrated.
Are we hydrated? Are you hydrated?
I could be more hydrated.
Are you
My water's
hydrated?
over there.
With
coffee.
I have drank a lot of coffee today. I needed it. I didn't get enough sleep last night. I'm okay.
We are doing great here.
Yeah, but if they end up on a different tribe, everyone will know they did go for it. That's flip side of the coin, Melissa. Thank you. That's very true. Knowing for sure that they went for it, like, oh hey, you're not on the tribe as the one person you could have been.
That's true.
Obviously you went for it, and then that's a perfect picture that the other three can paint and say they went for an advantage. I bet you they have one.
Especially with the tribe of two, they really can. It's a make or break. It's not like you can.
So I wonder if maybe that was something that Nicole and QP thought about. I wonder if they had the time to think, wait, I should just keep the person because the other three also know what this entails, and that will tell them immediately that.
But then, I mean, the same thing though is that, okay, now, I mean, it's so interesting because even if you're on one of the other tribes and you get someone from your tribe, you can still say the same thing and lie and say, hey, I picked you to be my person.
Right.
So I don't know, it's just like, there's so many layers to it, because if you tell them, hey, this was an option, personally, I wouldn't believe anybody. I wouldn't believe anyone that said, I want to be on a tribe with you, because why would you pick me? I don't know. How do you know I'm your closest?
Right.
I wouldn't believe anyone.
Right.
Hypotheticals are endless.
There's so many things.
That's what's fun about it.
That's what's fun about it. Like, and I'm interested to see how this decision and whatever happens impacts the game moving forward.
And also not knowing what the advantage is.
Yeah.
That's so, because again, it could be so many things.
What if it's like something like super not helpful, like a block a vote? Like a block vote's great if you can use it at the exact right time,
Or
but
an
it's
idle
so
nullifier.
an idle nullifier that you have to use
Especially
like
in merge
before they play.
an extra vote going into
Like something small like that can be so useful if you have the exact right time to use it, but we see time and time again in Real Survivor and Survival Challenge, those things don't get used adequately or properly in a way that actually impacts the game. It might impact people's perception of the game, so I guess in a way it does impact the game, but when you actually play it at Tribal, it doesn't go the way it's supposed to.
I love this message that Andrew just said.
Ooh, hey Andy. After a day, okay, I'm gonna read this because it's really long and I don't think it's gonna come up as well as some of the other comments. 10 players are already gone. There's gotta be temptation to make sure you have someone on your new tribe that has your back. That's really true.
There's gotta be some fear around what an advantage could be. Paranoia will be everywhere.
Paranoia.
Yes.
Perception is reality. I love your SpongeBob meme. Thank you. No, I mean, really though, it's so true, and it's obviously a big trope of Survivor, but it's really true.
If I had to make a prediction, just based on like where where we are kind of like assuming that a swap is coming up soon, so tribes are going to be new, probably small as well. I think the best advantage for someone would be a safety without power, because you don't know what a swap, or hey, what if we don't have a swap and we merge? You know what I mean? Like you don't.
Oh, I told him we're swapping.
Oh, wonderful. They know. Never mind. Sorry, I was being.
This is literally just like last time. Taylor was like trying to hold back who was going to travel. She was like, I don't know who's gonna be here. And I was like, oh, by the way, Lonan's up first. And then they were like, oh.
Okay,
She's like, I was like, oh, I'm sorry. I'm
well, since we're swapping, since we're swapping, but yeah, like in a swap situation, leaving tribal, and if you're in a bad position, bye, see you later, and you get to move on.
Yeah.
So I think that could be pretty strong.
I mean, obviously an idol is like the ideal perception here, but I can't imagine they would give out an idol at this. Maybe they would. I actually don't know. That's one thing too. So over the course of the year, we do bi-weekly meetings with the production team for Survival Challenge to come up with like the whole structure of the game and everything. And I'm one of the people that's on that production team. So all the challenges you see today, I had like a little bit of a hand in helping create, but something I have no idea about. Like there are so many divisions of Survival Challenge. There's an idols and rewards and advantages team. There's a challenge team. There's a casting team. There's so many different divisions of us. Like I have no idea what the advantages in this game are. I don't know. They could be hidden in the challenges for all I know, and I have literally no idea. So it's really interesting.
Very interesting.
Yeah.
Very interesting. Thanks,
I
John.
was gonna post in the comments if
I was
you
like,
are
where'd he
a
go?
Survivor fan, what would be the best
John.
advantage to have? Post in there. What do you think?
Yeah. Oh. Sorry, Taylor. I literally.
No, I'm just trying to,
zoomed it
you
off,
know, incorporate. Post in if you know Survivor. What advantage would you want to get in this pocket, in your pocket, going into a swap like this?
Yeah, I'm interested to know.
Interested to know.
How do
And
you
we
even
can all think
randomize
about it too?
Right.
Yeah, I don't know. Honestly, Jake, that's a great question. I'm going to like pin it just to say I'm talking about it. I don't know what the plan is. We created one. It's in the document, the game document, how we're going to do it to make sure that like there's some level of like it's randomness, but also clearly like they have the option to like choose. So I don't really know. They just shush the audience, which means I do believe John just shushed the audience. So I do believe that we will be having some players coming soon. So I'm going to flip this camera around.
I like that.
A vote
Choose
is
an ally and throw the challenge. Cover your bases and complete mobility. Okay, Anthony.
Please. Okay, calm down, Anthony.
I will.
We got
It's
it.
always
Alrighty.
Extra
Ooh.
votes. So definitely people wanting extra votes.
Yeah, a steal a vote is big. Alrighty.
I want to see the more because then I can leave tribal not have on my hand. Yep. Devontae knows all about specifics about power.
You know what happened with that?
Yeah, no, I mean, again, options are endless. It really depends on the type of player you are, the type of game you want to play. So let's get ready for our players over here. Yeah, I will say this one we're just going to have this one stream running. We are not going to do a play-by-play for it because it's not going to be too long. It's only going to be a few minutes, so it doesn't really make a ton of sense to run it.
Yeah, I mean, it's only 5 people.
Yeah.
So they had a
We're live streaming it.
Yeah.
so basically
I'm gonna skip this.
No, we don't need it. We're only going to do one stream for this one.
I'll be back though, I promise.
or they might just keep playing.
Oh, looks like they're still JK. Okay, they're still talking about it.
They're just explaining it.
So, alrighty. The audience, I will say something great that we have our live studio audience here. A lot of these people are volunteers. Some are players who have been eliminated, and some of them are loved ones of some of our players from this season. Our audience is only allowed to attend so much. They're allowed to attend challenges and tribals, but because they're loved ones of the people who are in the game, they are not allowed to attend things that involve advantages being put into the game, or anything that basically is not a tribal or a challenge, because we want to make sure that the integrity of the game stays intact and that they don't know anything that they could potentially relay into the game for their potential loved one.
We're not
So
saying we don't trust y'all, but we
don't trust you. We don't trust you.
Yeah, no.
I'm Fiji. There's no one there.
Yeah. So we definitely love our audience and we want them to be involved, and it's really nice to have like the hype of the audience behind you too. Like to really like get you going, get you enthused, and especially like when Lonan won their first challenge yesterday, like the audience was going crazy. So
Yeah, when you're pushing yourself, it's sometimes just really
Good
nice
call,
to get cheered
LOL.
for.
yeah, and also like sometimes it's hard. Like you're a loved one, and if you knew your loved one was going home, you're sitting in the audience, and like they have an idol, you're just like, "Arr!" Like you might accidentally, subconsciously be intensely staring at them, like, "Where's your butt?" So it's easier this way to only let them see the things that you guys see on the stream. For the most part, you guys actually get a little sneak peek. So,
And at least something for the episodes, because with all this high-tech gear that we have, we can only expect that season 11 will have some amazing episodes when they get out. Season 10 is currently posting their episodes, which have been so amazingly edited by Phil in our season.
And season 9 is finally in production.
So
So season 9 episodes will be happening hopefully after this season is over.
yeah. And you might see season 8 someday. Who knows?
Right.
There's one episode of season 8
There's
out, I'm
one,
pretty
there's
sure.
one.
But
Yeah.
the
We're really
longer
trying.
the longer we go on to, the more that we again get better tech, get better camera angles, get
people.
better like the more volunteers that come back and everything too. We're able to get a lot more tech going, and so the quality of our episodes has already gone up a lot
Season
too.
9, yeah, Culper, you know it.
Woo, big man Culp.
I saw that there's a message a little bit further up that I was like, it depends on the tribe and those duos when you could be such an easy target to throw out IDK. I may want to sneak in under the ring. Okay, without it. Okay.
Yeah, no, again, it really depends on what you think is most
An
important.
advantage.
Yeah, I like people's perspectives. It's fun to see because everyone thinks differently in these games and plays differently, and
Oh,
for
sure. Definitely. I think I'm gonna head over to the contestant boards. Let's check them out. I can show you guys how we have the dead tribe members, rather not dead tribe members, but eliminated tribe members. Yeah.
MIA.
But
Send Kelsey's photo.
it's still up here, yeah. So you guys can see, you know, we have all of our boards. So when eventually we merge, we'll have them all on one board. But you can see when they're out of the game, unfortunately, they do get flipped over with some burned edges. We just lost Ryan at that last tribal council. I'm pretty sure the second to last one. Still got, you know, Kaylee and Nicole over here. But we got some cute little cast photos for everybody. It looks like, yeah, we got our yellow ones up
Tawa
here.
has not been to tribal yet.
Yeah, Tawa has not had to vote anyone out yet, so good for them.
That's gonna be,
Cool, I'm doing my best. Do we know how many tribes they'll swap into? Dion, I don't remember. I'm sure at one point I knew, but I don't know right now.
If we're at 15, do your math.
Yeah, literally.
Oh, ha 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 ha. I'm doing my best, okay? Yeah, so probably if they're at 15, they're probably gonna swap into 3 tribes. That makes sense. Or maybe they'll do 2 tribes of 7 and they'll send someone to exile.
5 tribes of 3.
5 tribes of 3, yeah.
I would hate that.
You thought you were safe, you're not. So maybe.
John's been on a weird
Could you
trip.
imagine though? Actually, that's
I
crazy.
mean, we are at 5 tribes. We do have 5 tribe flags.
So what I'm thinking though is that right now they know we are swapping. They don't know anything else, right? If they choose right now, it doesn't seem like a big deal to choose to stay with one member from your original tribe. But if they chose that, it guarantees that they have majority of their 3-person tribe. So with how much we dwindle these tribes down, they might be considering that as an option. Like they might be thinking, wait, John's wackadoodle, I wonder if that is what he chose to do. Maybe it's like an even bigger thing. I should be choosing this. I should be considering it. But they didn't have a lot of time to think about it, you know? Like it was literally something they were asked to make a decision about quite quickly. So, yeah. Yeah, 2 players. The players from those 2 tribes because they're so deeply loyal.
I would
Yeah.
like to see how we do 9 tribes of 1.67.
Yeah, that's why there's so many elements.
Anthony, I'm going to block you from the page. You won't be able to comment
9
anymore.
tribes of 1.67.
You're exhausting me, and you're hundreds of miles away.
Why can't you be harassing us here? Why are you not here?
That's okay.
You would prefer? Yeah, I was
Stay
like, Sam was
home.
like, I would prefer that. He's
No, I mean, true. But yeah, I think there's a lot of ways to determine who you want to target going into a swap. My guess is that traditionally what happens, the tribe with the most people is usually the easy first vote.
And they also went, I'm like, do it, coward.
It's not a swap yet. They will be swapping shortly after this challenge. This is a challenge for an advantage.
Do you want to steal that last tripod?
No, it's okay, but thank you. Yeah, I think that... oh, you're totally fine. No worries. Yeah, I don't expect you to stay on the stream all day. We are streaming literally for 10 hours a day half the time, so please don't. Or please do, actually. We'd love to have you, but live your life. Yeah, I do think traditionally in a swap setting, especially with the format of Survival Challenge... I'm sorry you had to see that, okay? But especially in the format of Survival Challenge, a lot of times the votes happen really, really quickly. So you only have maybe 5 or 10 minutes in between all of your votes. So even after the swap, we're gonna go into a challenge. They're gonna instantly do it. Okay, I am gonna scoot over this way so that way your feet isn't coming in. But usually, right, we only have 10-15 minutes in between a challenge and a swap or a tribal or whatever. So they're going to be in these new tribes very quickly going to tribal afterwards. It's just interesting to think about. Yeah. Someone said, please give Taylor a coffee. Her energy seems super low. I don't think Taylor needs a single thing right now.
Someone did actually bring me coffee, and I think it's
doing well.
now.
Yeah.
I've stopped feeling my feet, so that's good.
Oh. That just worries me. You stopped feeling your feet. That's not positive, actually, I don't think.
It's so good.
Okay.
Yeah, we are having a really good time. It's been great this year. The weather has really, really lucked out. Aside from that first night, the weather's been like really, really nice. So it's a beautiful day. A night challenge, maybe you will see a night challenge.
So we miss you.
Yeah.
Why is there no dancing with jazz hands? Sorry.
Jazz hands.
See, some people like to see us perform.
Let me just camera right now. Oh, just kidding. Here they are. Okay. For real this time. So again, the know who has chosen to compete in this challenge and who has not. Who has chosen to get back into the game. I just know that they're here. And they're all gonna either fake it in the challenge or actually
Go
try.
up to the table. There's a note
Honestly,
on the top.
if you chose to take the challenge, I would actually try just for the kids, just for fun. You're playing the challenge, you know, that you get an opportunity to. Looks like there is something to read on top of the block. I've already put in all this thing. Looks like there's some kind of paper on the table too. Again, this challenge was not explained to me at all. It was also not explained to them. Literally, John just said, hey, do this thing in front of you. So we don't know. It's so weird. Yeah, so we will see the swap after this. Each player right now, each tribe sent a representative to have an opportunity to shake up the game. Is basically all they're told. These were representatives sent by each respective tribe. So we have Nicole from Liaya, Rahun sent Paul, Coco sent KT, Roman sent Dan, and Tala sent Luke M. So now they either have the option to stick with a member of their tribe going into the swap, or they have the option to play for an individual advantage in the game. We don't know what any of them chose. To play for the advantage. So unsure what any of them are doing right now. They could just be performatively trying to complete this challenge, which, if they did, good for them. And regardless of how fast they finish it, we will not know who wins. Making the progress on this road. It's nearly completely almost all the way out. He's on the last knot. He's done. I don't know what that means, but he's done. After the challenge is over, I'll go read that paper unsure what Tana's doing by it. But I'm sure he's doing clear. Let's go check out Paul. Paul and Nicole. So they only have a few minutes left to potentially complete this challenge. My guess is if they don't finish, nothing happens. Oh, it looks like Paul. This is Paul. Oh, it's done.
1 minute.
I got one. Nice.
30 seconds.
Solo shot.
10.
I don't want to keep my Nicole for too long. Even though she's
5,
working,
4,
I don't want to know
3,
she's
2,
you know.
1. Stop. Stay facing the way you are.
Me? No. Why is he pointing towards me? Riley's behind me. Riley's more important than me. Anybody want to summarize for me what that paper said? Because I couldn't read it. So now, because again, this is anonymous, who got the advantage, everybody is receiving this poll, so that way it's not clear which person didn't. Because some people didn't even play for the advantage, probably. Some people picked the person, you know, having the tribe night on their swap tribe. So we do not know which person received. We're completely unsure. So someday, maybe we'll find out. But it won't be today.
Balthazar.
Looks like, yeah, some people are reading their notes. Gets 20 and then some people are just putting it in their pocket and calling it a day.
All right, you 5 should come with Balthazar, please.
Alright, and now we are evacuating the challenge field. I'm gonna be completely, oh, thank you. Thank you. I couldn't read it because it was very far away and it's in small print. Oh, everyone else gets blank scroll. Ah, thank you. You know more than I do because I don't know how to read. No, it was too small. Anyways, I'm gonna cut the feed here just for sake of conserving our battery camera so we can turn it off because I don't know how long it's gonna be. Because my guess is we're probably gonna have to clear out these days. So we'll see you guys again at the swap. I will start the stream probably in the next 10 minutes or so. But again, trying to conserve our battery life here. So see you guys soon. Thank you.